stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Times are better for the banks as well as for the American economy, and so the banks have built up a great deal of capital since the crisis.
Earnings data was great, so first quarter was great. We think second quarter is going to be great.
You know, you talk about phony news. Boy, there's phony news right there. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. You think the press lies. What about Wall Street? Earnings are great. How long have we been hearing how earnings are great? You turn on CNBC in the morning. You get those jibber jabbers. The first thing they start talking about in the morning, how terrific earnings are. They're terrific. That's all we hear, terrific earnings. Really? It's not true. Earnings decreased 2.3% at a quarterly rate in the first quarter of 2017 that we're in. So how can they say that? It's a bold-faced lie. The market is going down today. Wait a minute, shouldn't it be going up? After all, they had the stress test, the bank stress test, telling us the 31 largest banks are terrific. They're really strong, which is another lie. It's just unbelievable. So the stock market's selling off today instead of going up, even though we've had that terrific stress test. Because people don't believe it. Why would you believe these stress tests? Because there's not enough stress in the test. That's the problem. There's not enough stress associated with the stress test. Also, we got our GDP growth. Yeah, first quarter 2017. Think about this. If we go back to the fourth quarter 2015, our economic GDP growth was at 1.4%. 19 months later, $12 trillion later. Do you know what our growth is? The same. 1.4%. So 19 months, over $12.5 trillion of liquidity printed and injected into this economy, and we haven't grown. We haven't grown. Who's grown? The wealthy, the 1 percentile, who 80% of their income comes from stocks. What did we get for the almost $13 trillion? I'll tell you what we got. A historic $220 trillion in unfunded debt. We got consumer debt, $60 trillion, the highest ever. We got the highest household debt of $13 trillion. We got the lowest monthly increase in consumer credit going back 6 years. What are you, nuts? This is what we got for $12 or $13 trillion? You got to be nuts. And this bank stress test, what a joke. Now, these 31 largest banks who passed their stress test, which is a joke, now, think about it. They can go back to doing more stock buybacks. See, what they did is do this phony stress test to justify them going back to what destroyed this country. Stock buybacks. There is no benefit of stock buybacks to Main Street. Stock buybacks only help the 1 percentile. Only helps the CEOs of these banks. $47 billion, they got the green light. Go start buying stocks. That means banks no longer have to make profits to increase their stock. Boy, people who short stock are having a tough time because the market is totally rigged to make sure it always goes up. That's why you see the VIX index, the fear meter, so low. So how can you not make money in the stock market? I'll tell you how, by listening to some planner, by listening to some broker. listening to Jim Cramer, listening to these people on CNBC, listening to Varney, listening to the whole crew, Payne, the rest of them. Don't listen to them. Follow the money. But you need a chart to do that. This is unbelievable. The S&P 500 companies as a whole has spent more than $6 trillion on stock buybacks. You think that would be enough? But no, they said, look, we want more stock. We want to buy more stock back so we can keep pushing our stock up. So let's do a phony stress test. It would be phony, but people won't know that. And then we can justify going and printing $47 billion more and buying even more of our stock back. After the $6 trillion they already spent, that has already moved this market up 215%. So how can you not make money? I know how. By not using a chart. You're listening to fundamentals of companies. You're listening to somebody telling you to buy a stock because of the fundamentals of that company. Don't listen to that. Simply look at your chart and make sure that money is going in, or my chart, that's what I designed, and follow it. The reason for the selling of the stocks today is, again, 5 years after the recession, corporate profits are at this phony high. It's just a lie. So people are getting smarter. They're starting to sell into the market. Matter of fact, when we had the phony stress test and the stock started to fly yesterday afternoon going into the close, and then this morning I said to my gang, listen exactly what I said to my gang as just before the market opened. Do not add to your position on any of these banks. So I want you to sell into the banks today. When they open, take profits. Right. And because why? Because you don't buy the banks. How many people got killed buying the bank stocks this morning? Not my gang, because I use a chart. We bought these stocks before the rally. We bought the stocks. This is June 29th. We bought these stocks that rallied on June 5th, June 6th, June 7th. That's when we bought them before anybody else, when our chart was telling us time to buy. Isn't that nice? By having a chart, we knew to buy those stocks back in June, early June. Now people are buying them on June 29th instead of June 9th or June 8th or June 5th, and they lost because as they bought the stocks, they went up and they gave it all back, most all of it back today, because you're listening to these jibber jabbers. Here's the real problem. On B says the economy's doing nicely, but most Americans are not. 99% of Americans are not sharing in this recovery. The 1 percentile, which includes most of the highest ranking corporate executives, they're the ones that are reaping all the income gains. And guess what? Good jobs are disappearing. And if you do get a job, you're getting underpaid. Why? Because this corporate profitability is not translating into economic prosperity for anybody except the CEO. It's all about, colleges, in fact, today are teaching, the kids, Harvard, the rest of the business, teaching people, hey, this is all about getting rich. This is what they're teaching them in school. It's all about getting rich. It's unbelievable what's going on. So that's why the market is selling off, because of the stress test they know is phony. And the biggest problem with the stress test is they're not including, when I say there wasn't enough stress, what they didn't include, for instance, part of the test, the banks need to identify if they had adequate capital to withstand a severe recession or an economic downturn. But guess what? They never tested the derivatives. They left it out because their exposure to derivatives, it's 10 times greater than the capital they have. So part of the test, they had to prove they had adequate capital to withstand a downturn, but not when you got to add the derivatives. They left them out. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil'sGang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil'sGang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best. And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job. Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Phil Grandy here, Phil's Gang Radio Show. To all my listeners in San Francisco, I want to reach out and thank you all for listening on Business Radio KDOW, KDOW 1220 AM.
Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, let's go make some money.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the MaxVest 1000 Stock Charts.
Remember, you can still get your free chart. Tomorrow will be the last day. It's a $29.95 value. You get it for free for 4 weeks. And the market, as I said, right now, since 2008, the market is rigged to go up. Almost impossible to go down. Why do you think that Yellen came out yesterday and said, you'll never see another market crash in our lifetime?
The Fed recently increased interest rates to nullify the inflation caused by your recent quantitative easing and to reduce the balance sheets, basically. My question to you is, do you or any other important figures in the Fed worry that this could pop the financial asset bubble that has been recently forming over recent years?
You know, asset prices can move, and we don't target asset prices. We're focused on employment and inflation.
Okay. She had the nerve to tell a reporter, look, these crashes aren't going to happen anymore. Because what she was saying is this. She's saying we are never going to stop with injections of liquidity. Because we do not care about the guy on Main Street. We only are here to take care of our owners, the 1%, who own the private banking cartel that we use the name Federal Reserve. I'm here to take care of them. That's my job, to make them even more wealthy than they already are. There's going to be two classes in this country. Going to be the poor and the very wealthy, so you better get on board. And we're going to make the stock market so easy that everybody can make money. All you got to do is buy. And it's true. But all you need to know is when you do buy, when do you buy at the exact right time? That's all you need to know. And when do you get out before everybody else takes their profits and you get hung up? Like, for example, the flash crash we had on June 9th. On our chart, it was telling us, except for one, out of 6 stocks, only one didn't give us a warning. That's pretty good. So people lost a lot of money in those stocks. Facebook and Netflix and Google and Microsoft, and there was one more I'm missing. But people lost money. Netflix. People lost money because they just get in and they just get in a hope mode. And they have absolutely no exit plan. When we buy a stock, I make sure our gang, when we buy a stock, that we have an exit strategy. We just don't get into a stock, and when a stock is going up beautifully and you're making a nice profit, you don't just sit there and say, I'm just going to let it keep going and I'm going to hope. You set a goal as to what you want for a return. And when you get that return, you don't care if it keeps going up. What do you care? That doesn't matter. You're here to manage money, not to manage the stock market. People lose money in the stock market because they're managing the stocks. They're managing the market. No, manage your money. But you need help. And the help is charting, because the charting and the charter that I designed, especially the MV2, empowers you. You become an activist investor where you influence the outcome, meaning you are managing your money. You're managing your investment. You have the tools to do it with. A chart represents an efficient and intelligent way to invest, way to trade. You're talking about precision and mathematics with a chart, not some guy like Jim Cramer or all these other cheerleaders or even Varney.
you look at the economic news, which nobody is other than on your show, if you look at the economic, it's spectacular. I mean, more people are working, unemployment claims are way down, manufacturing's...
Are you kidding? 24% of American people don't have a single dollar saved for emergency. But these jibber jabbers, instead, Varney sits there helping the guy. Instead, say, wait a minute, 24% of the American people don't have a single dollar saved for emergencies. What are you talking about? Annual payroll growth. Payroll growth is the lowest in 20 years. What are you talking about? Credit card delinquencies since 2012. They're soaring. Auto loan delinquencies soaring. Commercial and business bankruptcies soaring. We have the weakest manufacturing and construction spending since 2011. We have durable good orders just came out last week are horrible, falling off a cliff. See, they can say what they want because people will listen. Most people, they're followers. They'll just open up their brain and just take it like you go to a lawyer, right? What do people do? You can have a genius go into a lawyer's room, office, and what do? They unzip their head, take their brain out, and they put a sponge in. Whatever the lawyer tells them, they go, see my lawyer. It's up to my lawyer. No, it's not. It's up to you. Use your head. It's the same thing with stocks. You get somebody that represents you. You get a stockbroker. You really think they know a lot, and you unzip your head. You put a sponge in and listen to whatever they say. Kramer comes on, you do the same thing. You take out your brain, you put a sponge in. Varney comes on, you do the same thing. Look, all I can tell you right now is that this bank stress test has proven they're going to rocket this market even higher. They're saying right here they're going to do QE4. It means they're going to print more money and keep shooting this market up. They're not going to let this market come down. So all you got to know is just, when do I get out? So you can sleep at night. And that's why I only have 2 days left, today and tomorrow, and then I shut off the free color-coded chart. You can follow me on the color-coded chart. You can follow me with stocks. You can follow me with exchange-traded funds. I do 2 videos at the end of the day. When my radio show's over, I do 2 videos. I do one on the 5 stocks that we are invested in all year long, the same 5 stocks, and you can follow me. I do a video also on the exchange-traded funds. How easy is that? When I say buy, you buy. When I say you go, you go. When I say run like hell, you run like hell. It's that simple. We'll be right back after this break. 28 past the hour.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, Then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world. The contributions make a big difference.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
There will never, ever be another financial crisis. Probably that would be going too far, but I do think we're much safer, and I hope that it will not be in our lifetimes, and I don't believe it will be.
It's the Federal Reserve that caused the financial crises. Isn't that interesting? They cause it. They caused the dot-com crash. They caused the housing crash because they create the bubbles. They are the bubble masters. They want to make sure that your wages stay down. They want to make sure they keep exporting your jobs, your high-paying jobs, so then you get a low-paying part-time service job. That way they can... They then have the excuse to lower rates down to zero, to make sure that credit's easy, and you go start consuming, because consumption is 70% of our economic growth. And when you consume, you're not consuming. What you're doing is creating debt, and that's what they want you to do. And when you have so much debt and you got to stop, and you got to start paying that debt back, what happens? Prices deflate, And when prices deflate and people, store owners, and they got to put their prices down, they drop their prices again to try to get buyers. They can't. Then soon they start laying people off and you're in a recession. But who made the money on the way up? That's right, the 1 percentile. That 80% of their income comes from the stock market. Why? Because we have the Federal Reserve, who has a printing machine, will print the money and give them money at near zero interest so they can buy stocks. They can print money, give it to the CEOs of your company. Not to invest. They don't invest in capital improvements. They don't buy new machinery so that productivity goes up so you get good wages. No, they can't. They want to make sure that doesn't happen, because if that happens, they can't create the bubble. They don't have that excuse. They don't have that. People don't understand. These bubbles are created on purpose, but they got to make sure that you don't get good wages. So they always can use that excuse. And then they create bubble after bubble. And that's what she means by there will never be a crash again. She's saying is we're going to screw you forever. We're going to make sure you retirees have to work the rest of your life. We're going to make sure that you retirees, you're not going to have enough savings. You're not going to have enough savings. You're going to have to work till you die. We're going to make sure you're going to go to fixed income products. And because interest rates are so low, you're going to get killed in those fixed income products. You have to work forever. This whole thing is set up to screw the retirees, to screw the people on Main Street so a few people can get very, very wealthy. So what do? They take the derivatives test, they call it, or the stress test, and they totally leave out of the stress test the question over derivatives. And isn't it interesting? The problem is the bank's exposure to these derivatives is 10 times greater than the capital they have, meaning that all 31 banks are insolvent. But they left that derivatives question out because the big stress test, according to Aunt B, it was needed to identify if they have adequate capital to withstand an economic downturn. Oh, but let's not in that test ask what about these derivatives they have sitting out there. Trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of derivatives. Don't ask that. For 8 years, the Federal Reserve has been injecting trillions of dollars of liquidity into the stock market, essentially to replace the bad economic fundamentals, the bad economy. So, what they've been doing is they are able to artificially rally the stock market. But here's the problem. For 8 years, they've been injecting all this liquidity in the stock market because we have bad economic fundamentals. Everything's bad. Now, the problem for Aunt B, she recently announced she's soon going to cut back on the liquidity injections, selling off some of the treasuries that she purchased over the 8 years that contributed to the 215% stock market rally. Well, wait a minute, that's a red flag. That sends out a red flag to investors, because if you can't replace, if you're going to cut back the liquidity, the injection of $12 trillion to push stocks up, you got to be replacing it with good economic fundamentals, a good economic GDP growth of 3.5%. But if you're going to cut back and you're not going to put liquidity into the system, you better have an economic growth rate of 3.5% to replace that liquidity that you're not going to put in anymore. Well, guess what? After she said that on June 9th, we had a flash crash. The big tech stocks collapsed, right? Going into the closing, the 6 of them. The 6 stocks that contribute, think about it, 6 stocks contribute most of all the gains we had of 215%. So there's a new mood out there today, and that's why the market all of a sudden is falling. That's why for 28 days the market, there's a new mood that the market isn't breaking out to new highs. We've been contained for 28 days going sideways with a range of less than 1%, because the new mood is if you start, if you're not going to, again, if you're not going to replace this liquidity with good earnings growth, with good profits, then the market will collapse. So what we saw was just that flash crash was just an example of what's going to happen if she continues down that road. So right now, there's a whole different mood in the market in the last 28 days. See, when all the big money came out of all those 6 stocks, the big boys, when all the money started to come out, it never went back in. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, the money didn't go back in. That means the big guys like Soros and Buffett, they're not putting their money back in because they say, whoa, hold on. So that's why she went to a stress test to continue her fake narrative, everything is nice. That's why she did the fake stress test, because she knows she screwed up by coming out saying she's going to cut back on liquidity injections by selling the treasury she purchased over 8 years, about $1.2 trillion. So it is so important for you to know that she's going to do everything to turn that around. She's going to do everything to get this market going back up again. This is what she said yesterday. So join my gang. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Look, I don't have all the answers, but I have a chart that at least tells me when Facebook was collapsing, when Facebook started to collapse, we had a warning. We had a total warning. When Apple collapsed from $156 down to $142, we had a warning. We had about a 2-week warning. And when right before that flash crash dropped 8%, we had a warning of about 2 weeks. What's wrong with that? Amazon, before it collapsed from $1,000 a share down to $921, we had 3 days before that collapse. It dropped 8%, like bam, like that, in just seconds. But we didn't have to worry because we were out, because 3 days it turned red. It turned red. So again, Google, we had 3 days before that dropped. Netflix, we had about 4 days before that dropped. Microsoft was the only one that we didn't get a sell signal. But I think that's a pretty good track record, don't you? So join now, get your free chart. It's going to stop tomorrow. And then follow me. I'm telling you right now, where they're going to make up, there's going to be a lot of money made in oil, because oil has been beaten down. So join right now, 877-600-GANG. Get your free chart and start following me every day in the oil stocks. When I start buying the oil stocks, buy the ones that I'm buying. I'll tell you exactly when to buy, and I'll tell you when to add, when to stop, and when to run like hell. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Performing technical analysis is no easy task for any investor unless conducted with a professional stock charting service. At Phil's Gang, we offer a choice of high-power, color-coded stock charts, all seamlessly integrated, so you can tackle the market the way you want to. The Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 Stock Charts. From Phil's Gang are high-performance HTML5 web-based charts that work on any browser and device, so you can put live streaming data and fully interactive charts in the palm of your hand. Phil Grandy designed the MV software to have the best features, and so far the early reviews have been great. You can plot charts on an intraday basis as well as on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. There is also a built-in watch list that you can customize to your liking. For more information, go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
You know, from my viewpoint, I think things will continue downward. You know, I think what's happening in the NASDAQ is real. I think you could have some sudden shakeouts where it'll be even a lot worse. The Dow itself is a little weak today, but it's still way up there. But there's no reason why that, regardless of what happens between now and the end of the year, that this market might, not have some very, very serious corrections.
Look, the only way the market's going to correct and why you want to have a chart, here, for example, take Caterpillar. This is a great example. This is on my chart I designed. I'll give it to you free for 4 weeks. Caterpillar, when we got the buy signal, when it turned green and the institutions started coming and buy it, it shot up almost 17%. Then it turned red, telling us we best get out. So we were able to protect that 17%. Now, I'm not suggesting every gang member made 17%, not at all. What I am saying is the chart that I designed gave an opportunity to a gang member who follows that stock, Caterpillar. It gave them the opportunity of 17%. It's up to them to take that opportunity to execute, okay? But they had a 17% opportunity. But more important than the 17%, anybody can make money in a stock. It's getting out in time. Getting out. Your planner not going to let you get out. He wants you to stay in. So it turned red. Here's another one. Another one. Johnson & Johnson, one of our favorite stocks. Johnson & Johnson. It's in everybody's portfolio. Johnson & Johnson, it had the darndest time from for almost 2 months. It wouldn't come out of red. Even though it was going up, it would stay red, meaning, yes, the stock was going up, but there wasn't enough liquidity. The big boys weren't buying enough of it. They were buying it, but not enough of it. And that's the wonderful thing about the chart. It tells you when they're buying it, but also warns you, hey, don't jump in. Even though they're buying it, hold off. Finally, we got the signal that they're putting enough in. And the stock went up. Johnson & Johnson beautifully went up over went up 8%. And then we had two red signals. Isn't that nice? So you buy Johnson & Johnson, you're making a nice clean 8% return, but the beautiful thing is you can sleep at night because when the institution's coming out and they're pulling their money, it tells you. That's what you need to know. Look, you heard Ron Paul. He says there's going to be a correction, but let me tell you where he's wrong. I mean, there is always going to be a correction, but it has to be a big event. The banks in Italy have to have a problem. China has to have a problem. It has to be an event, not like years ago when all of a sudden there was a terrorist attack. The market would drop 300 points in about 5 minutes. Those days are gone because the market no longer is a free market. It's being manipulated every day by the boys on Wall Street. And that's okay. Let them keep manipulating it up. But when that day comes and there's an event, I want you to be ready to get out so that you don't lose your money, so you keep those profits. But even more, that you can short the market, learn how to short the market. And all you do is just follow me in the same stocks I'm in. If you're busy and you work all day, you don't have time to even come to my classes. Even though I archive them, you don't even have time to look at the archive. But does that mean you don't participate? Of course not. When you got a stock market that's being rigged to go up, always to go up, you're missing out. You're missing. We'll get the red flags. I'll tell you when we get the red flags. Just be in the stocks that we're involved with. That's all. Don't go out on your own. And then buy a basket of stocks, an exchange-traded fund like the Spiders. What a wonderful thing, the Spiders. You got 500 of the best companies. And you can buy Spiders where you can buy the gold market of Spiders. You can buy healthcare if you want. You can buy oil, a bucket of oil. I mean, I don't mean a bucket of real oil. Oil's a group of oil stocks. ETFs, thank you. But here's the other thing. The price is $39.95 for the membership. The chart is $29.95. You check anybody else. No one has a service like mine. Nobody has a service, the quality like mine, for that kind of price. Why? Because we want you to take care of St. Jude. St. Jude in Hope. We want you to send $25 to St. Jude. We've been doing this. We've been supporting St. Jude ever since the first day I got on the air. 18 years. Their operating cost is $2.2 million a day. They have to raise $2.2 million a day. So when I started this, I said, I'm going to help people make money so they can send to St. Jude. I don't want you to send to St. Jude unless I've made money for you. No, let me back that. You made money for yourself. I gave you the opportunity because I gave you the best tool. If you have a carpenter comes to your house, you hire a bunch of carpenters, who's going to do the best job? The guy who's got the best tools. That's what I'm offering you, the best tool. That flash crash we had in June 9th, that's a precursor to what's coming. But we also know the markets, they're not just going to let the market drop. Trump has decided he wants to own the stock market. He wants to own this market. Look, we have terrible data, but they don't care anymore. Nobody cares about terrible data anymore. Nobody even looks at it. We've replaced terrible data that would have taken this market down 2,000 points. They don't care. It's gone. They don't use it. When you get today a GDP number of 1.4%, which means if we go back 19 months, it was 1.4%. Do you know how bad that is? Last quarter GDP, 1.4%. First quarter of 2016 GDP, 1.1. The second quarter, 2016, 1.2. The third quarter, 3.5. That was a fluke. Fourth quarter, 2.2. And then the first quarter here, 1.4. Average it up, we're not even at 1%. Look at the earnings. Negative 8.3, negative 9, negative 5, plus 1.6. plus 2.8. How do you get a stock market that goes up 215% when you got no earnings growth? It's called having a stress test to fake everybody out, tell them the banks are wonderful. That gives you an excuse to print money, give it to the banks so they can start buying their own shares again. These banks are pushing the stock market back up because nobody looks at earnings. How many people listening ever even know what an earnings is? How many people really know what GDP is? How many people know what durable goods is? The most important economic number you need to look at. Nobody knows. And they bank on you not knowing it. Instead, they bank on you listening to the nonsense, listening to the jibber jabber. So what you do is just get all that out of your mind and take 5 good stocks from the S&P 500, or go to the Dow 30. Take 5 of the Dow 30 stocks. Stay with the same 5 stocks all year, but only buy when you have the institutions buying, and sell when you have them sell. You will do fine. You do fine. I'm telling you, you will. Look, the biggest problem we have right now, okay, this whole economy is they are starting to realize there is no way to grow the economy from 1.4% to 3.5%. Trump's starting to realize that. He can't do it. Not unless he lets a correction, a painful correction happen. He's decided not to let that occur. And if he doesn't let that occur, he's never going to get this to 3.5%. It's impossible. It's impossible to grow this economy 3.5%. Not unless you let the market correct. Everybody take pain for about 12, 13 months. Then we'll come out of the correction with creating 400,000 jobs a month. Creating big, good jobs, full-time jobs. But nobody is willing to let that happen. Trump, who I thought was going to do it, he said he was going to do it. He was going to stop with the phony stock market, stop with all this phony stuff, and fix it. He said it was a big, fat, ugly bubble. He ran out of courage. He's not going to do it. Once he got to Washington and he figured it out, he said, oh, my God, I got to keep doing what everybody else did. I got to keep this market going. So just join my gang. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. You got today and tomorrow, then the free chart's gone. And then start following me. And then every day after the show, I do a video on the stocks we're invested in. And just follow me in those same stocks. How easy is that? Join the gang. 877-600-GANG. Call now. They're waiting for your call. Get your free chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.